they've actually said yes to that because it was during the election campaign. So it proves that they can say yes when they want to. Southern Atherton Tablelands Irrigation Scheme, I reckon that'd probably be in the Southern Tablelands Irrigation area. So we're not getting anywhere with that. Hell's Gate Dam went up there with, so a show I can reach across the corridor. I went up there with Bob Catter the other day. You want to start driving a project like that? That'd be a massive project if we get it underway. No, but no luck with the Queensland government on that one. Burdekin Falls Dam, that's further down towards Townsville. The Burdekin-Horton Channel, the Urana Dam, incredibly important for the development of the mineral provinces in central Queensland. Coal prices are coming back. They're coming back into favour. Now, we've got a chance to wheel some money into this place, but you've got to have your water storage if you're going to have to build your coal revenue, because you need water to wash down coal to get the ash content out. Claremont Water Security, well, Claremont, that's a Lower Fitzroy River Infrastructure Project. All these things, that's Rookwood Weir. And so actually, not only we've got the money on the table for the feasibility study, we've got the money on the table to build half the dam. And just nothing's happening. Bundaberg Channel, Againda Regional Irrigation Development. See all these towns, small regional towns. We're trying to move ahead. Lockyer Valley, well, it's just up the road here. Emu Swamp, that's down at Stanthorpe. So permanent planning's down at Stanthorpe. And we just want Queensland to get moving. They always want to talk to us about the Cross River Rail. $5.4 billion, $5,400 million. Well, they're quite happy to go wanting to talk further about that without a business case. But these things are something that actually drives the whole economy of the place forward, drives the whole economy forward. And we're just not getting any action here. It just seems to be, whether it's inertia or incompetence. I can't make up my mind, but listening to the reports that they ran out of people to run their trains the other day, I'm starting to think it's incompetence. I'm starting to think that if you have to cancel 100 trains because you can't find the drivers, there's something seriously wrong with the management. And I hear that the Premier's now said, oh, well, I'm going to go see my department and find out what the reason is. Well, you're actually the minister. You're supposed to know the reason. You're actually running the show. What's supposed to happen is the Premier runs the show. And what's supposed to happen is the minister's supposed to be in control of it. But this is ridiculous. And so we've got the trains unable to be run in Queensland because they can't find the drivers. You got the lights off in South Australia because you had a statewide blackout. You got a desalination plant in Victoria that costs $4 billion, costing $1.8 million a day and doesn't produce any water. We're starting to get a theme here. It's starting to run. It's starting to be about incompetence. So what I want to do is work with the government, since they want to walk up to the mark, and start doing what I can to once more help represent the people that I've dearly loved and represented for 8 years, 7 months and 1 day as a senator. And overwhelmingly, they were regional people. I want to get back into these regional areas and start getting things moving along a bit. Now, I note that Matt Canavan and Darren Chester, the Minister for Northern Australia, who's based in Rockhampton, well, got him into the cabinet, put him up in Rockhampton, central Queensland. Darren Chester, well, he's down from the Gippsland, but he's up here today, and Matt Canavan and Darren Chester are going to be out announcing also some of these extending the funding for the Northern Roads, Northern Australian beef roads. This is really important also for out in these regional areas. For towns such as Claremont, Richmond, Cloncurry, out in the Diamantina show between Boulia, Dejara. These are the sort of visions that are not only good for Queensland but are good for our nation. The idea that you'll get to a point where you'll be able to drive from Mount Isa down to Birdsville along a sealed road. That's a great thing, not just for Queensland, a great thing for our nation. That's why during the election campaign, I made sure that we got $100 million on the table so we could go from Winton across to Laverton through Alice Springs to seal that third road across our nation. So then you'll have one road up through Camberwell, and in Queensland you'll have another one down the south that will actually take you into Alice Springs and ultimately across to Laverton. So you can grab your caravan at Cairns, hook it up and drag it all the way down through to Perth, through the middle of Australia, in basically a straight line. That's the sort of vision that we want. That's the sort of things that we're building on. So you got your beef roads, you got your dams, your cabinet here tomorrow. You've got us basically clearly stating that I certainly don't take this place for granted. Malcolm doesn't take it for granted. And we want to make sure that we drag other people along with us on this path of making Queensland a stronger place. Anyway, there's my little epistle from Saint Barnaby.
It's pretty clear that regional Queenslanders want these things to happen. They back you as a senator up here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they're going to react enough in terms of Bush?
I think Malcolm will go well. I think they see us. I think we're a pretty good pair. I've got my own style, and it works for me and nobody else. I think Malcolm is he's a very good business person. He's actually a fair property owner. He's got a big wing of country, and I like working with Malcolm. We get along well, and especially on water. He used to be a water minister, so we can sort of talk the language about regional development. And I find he's a person who can see the big picture. Like sometimes there's nothing more frustrating if you get caught in a corner, sort of with myopic bureaucracy, and some person who's just always finding the ticks and never actually having the vision to open their eyes and show you where to go next. With Malcolm, you can talk the big picture and talk to somebody who's actually delivered it in his own life and has seen it in his own actions. So, we're a team. It's a coalition, and as much as it frustrates them, it's a Turnbull Joyce government.
What do you reckon is the main stumbling block from the Queensland government? Is it ideology?
Yes, it's ideology, and that's what frustrates me. What drives me bananas is I think it's a bit about bad management and their lack of money, but they have got enough money to build $5.4 billion Cross River Rail, $5,400 million Cross River Rail. They believe in that, but when we ask for 130 million for Rookwood, it's all too difficult. So it's ideology, and what it is, I believe.
Well, we'll leave the Deputy Prime Minister there to go live.